And hello, everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as YouTube channel, SPRITUALsense. Today is Thursday, July the 25th. And so, on this podcast as well as YouTube channel, we'll go over topics regarding the paranormal, occult, and supernatural. So, if you go on podcast platform that I use, which is on Spreaker.com. I have a total of 5 podcasts on there, this being the most uh, favorite one that I like to record on. I like to start off by saying that this podcast and YouTube is for entertainment, informational, and sometimes educational purposes. It just depends on which podcast or what episode you may listen to. This is not a biblical or religious podcast, although I may bring up a biblical verse or two. I consider myself to be a spiritualist, nomad, gypsy, psychic, light, intuitive, magic mind medium, self-proclaimed parapsychologist. So, I do what I refer to as spiritual readings, which are essentially tarot card readings. And as I mentioned last week, I was going to designate one day out of the week where I was going to focus on, I said I was going to focus on getting more into astrology readings. I'm not big on astrology. However, I'm going to, be doing the astrology reading. So before I proceed, I want to say, Father Supreme, being of all being, thank you for waking me, family, and friends alike up this morning to see another day. Continue to bless us and shield us from any injury, harm, or danger. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, as it is said. It is so. I declare and I decree. So in doing that, when I do my astrology readings, I am going to incorporate your life, love, family, and healing energy. So I'm not going to, I'm sorry, not family history. I'm going to do your life, love, energy readings, which will comprise of not all of my tarot for when I do the astrology reading. Okay? Now, on last week, I proceeded to do the air sign. Well, as you can see now, I am going to do water sign, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So what is the Cancer sign? Well, the Cancer sign, they are protective, creative, intuitive, loyal, moody, selfish, and clingy. It mentions that the Cancer sign rules the 4th house of home. Is what we have indicated here. The next sign is the Scorpio. The significance of Scorpio is they are idealistic, alert, driven, jealous, vindictive, clingy, rules the 8th house of death and rebirth. And the Pisces sign mentions sympathetic, mystical, intuitive, escapist, unrealistic, passive, rules the 12th house of spirit. Now, I'm just going off of this guide. I'm not going to necessarily sit here and say that I agree. I know my sign and I know my children's sign, so I'm just reading what's on the guide here. Okay? So, water sign. Well, your main energy comes by way of autumn or the fall, according to this guide here. Energy moves from the west is what it mentions, and there is a dominating feminine energy. Now it goes on to say that this energy entails intuition, fluidity, healing, cleansing, emotions, and relationships. So these are the things I think you need to take note of in terms of the fall season, is what it has indicated here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to proceed with doing a astrological reading for cosmic insight, and then we're going to go into doing a life, love, and healing energy reading. So, what are some of the most important things that people oftentimes wonder about or ask questions about? Well, it's going to all entail some of the similar same things: love and relationships, finances, job, business ventures, health, spiritual health and well-being, mental as well. So let's go ahead. We're going to pull out the Cosmic Insight cards, and it's going to give me a synopsis as to what Spirit is wanting to be conveyed in terms of this reading for today. All right, and maybe some sound concerns as I have my window open and cars are driving by, okay? Alrighty. So, let's go ahead, let's pull the cards out. One. So I do show that there are some challenges in your life right now. Challenges, making a decision about work or inner healing. So as I mentioned before, this year is a year about unveiling and transformation is what I feel. And many people are making some this life altering changes in terms of healing, spiritual healing, where they want to go in life. Trust to believe we all are plagued with decisions and challenges. It's what I feel. So you're wanting to know a little bit more about what decisions you can make or work on in terms of challenges of inner healing. Perhaps something is going on with you in terms of your health, and that could be mental, physical, and spiritual. So we're going to see what the cards mentions in terms of challenges, okay? And we're going to get into that a little later on when I do my life reading, which comprises of your love, and then we're going to do your healing energy, okay? Moving, so something lets me know there is some moving that's going to occur with you. Change of residence, moving in with your partner is what it indicates here. So I don't know if you were in a long distance relationship or perhaps y'all broke away and you're deciding to get back together, if that makes any sense. But something shows me that you're going to move through this and you're going to come back together. Because oftentimes when the relationships are placed with challenges, particularly if one or both have some battles in terms of mind, body, and spirit, it will cause one to say, okay, let me step back from this situation so I can reconvene myself. And I think that is what's transpiring with you right now. The next card I have here is Mercury retrograde. So something lets me know that there was some challenges regarding electronic issues. Now I had this to happen with me as well. Communication issues, reviewing everything. So again, before I even read this card, because I've heard, I watch a couple of psychic not podcasts, but YouTube channels, and a lot of this term I don't know much about, but I was being affected by it. So I think this is something that you was experiencing yourself, and you had to step away because of these challenges that presented to you and your partner, and now things are going to transform for you is what it lets me know. So let's go into the next cards here. Now these right here are, well, let's proceed with these first before I get into these cards here. All right, so I am going to pull out two of these cards here. One, two. All right, so I have 5, Master Alchemist, violet flame activation. So something lets me know, and just reading this card here, violet is often associated with the chakras. We're going to say that this is the crown chakra, is what we're going to say. I honestly feel as though this inner healing that you have is coming from a psychic attack, is what it lets me know. Like a battle to get you to believe something that may not be true. Is basically what that is. Master alchemist. So could it very well be is something in terms of what you believe regarding healing, and maybe you need to start doing more research on natural or alternative medicines, because I think some things that are occurring with you is because of that, if that makes any sense to you. The next card I get is 6-6, which is integration, multidimensional healing. So again, I think you need to get a little bit more into oral healing and Reiki healing, if that makes any sense. And a lot of times people make you feel as though, oh, that's foolish and pseudo healing or pseudo science, or there's no fact base behind any of that. But what you believe, you can believe what you choose to believe. But if what you believe does not work, what other alternatives do you have? So that's why I believe source or spirit is wanting to be conveyed. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to proceed with the next cards here. So I'm going to pull out 2 of these cards. Let's go ahead and pull all. All right, let's start with this one. And let's go with this one. All right, so what do we have in these cards here? These are my love and light cards. All right, so it says spend more time outdoors. I think it's very therapeutic for anyone to connect with nature, get into the sun, experiencing the elements, get into gardening, get into things that will bring you purpose. That's what it lets me know, because we are all an energy source, a life force, and life lives within us all. And you will begin to see that there's a lot of peace when you connect to things that's of God. And things that are not will bring you into a realm that is not favorable, of dark energy and spaces. Okay? Now it mentions they are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all they do. That's Psalm 1:3. I do think that would bring you more purpose. And I also feel as though when you begin to connect with nature, you will begin to want to get into herb and herbology and things that are natural that can help to heal you, and those challenges that you are experiencing is as such. That's what it lets me know. The next card I have here is face your future with boldness and strength. As soon as I pray, you answer me. You encourage me for giving me strength. Psalm 138:3. So I do believe that if you ask God to intercede in your life when you're faced with challenges, sometimes it's going to be a hard pill to swallow, and you're going to have to make some decisions that may not be favorable. And that's why they say sometimes you're going to have to change the way you think and the way you view things. The power of the mind is very powerful. It's the point. And as I mentioned before, you can will yourself into death. It's just that simple, based on belief or lack thereof. You know, if you check out or reference my podcast, Psychic Attack, Battle for the Mind versus Body and Soul, that is a great explanation of that. Okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to proceed with getting your urban, your life reading. We're going to do life and love. And then we're going to do your healing energy. How can you heal from this situation? All right, so in these readings that I'll be doing once a week, I'll try to do them consistently on Thursday. This being Thursday, I did mention Tuesday, but I had some things going on myself, as we all do. So I will try to stick to Thursday or Friday and doing these sign readings, element readings, I would say. Astrology element readings. That's what I'm going to call it. All right, so we're going to pull out two cards that is very significant to you in your life right now, and what could potentially you do in terms of healing. Because we want to heal. We want to, and not only do we want to heal, but we want to maintain in our healing, if that makes any sense to anybody. All right, so we have the sun card. So I do show that, as we know, the sun, everybody gravitates to the sun. The sun, even though it's hot and can be very hot, depending on where areas it is, when I get the sun card, it's in regards to illumination or clarity about something. Now, as mentions here, the sun represent happiness, positivity, success, vitality, and clarity. So I honestly feel as though by us doing this reading for the water signs, Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces, there will be some illumination that's going to come for you by way of this transformation, and you're going to begin to have a thirst and a hunger for this newfound way of thinking and way of life. I'm not telling you to be a vegan, vegetarian, because everybody can't be a vegan or vegetarian, but what I will tell you is, according to what intuitively that I'm picking up, what you've been doing has not been working. So therefore, we need to seek alternatives and see how that works. The next card I have is interference. So I do believe that there's going to be interference in your life. You have already had interference by this card here, the Mercury retrograde, in terms of electronic issues, communication issues, and reviewing everything. So something lets me know there, and as you can see, this right here appears to be like a television set or what have you. So, and it has the number 8 there. 8 relates to action, success, and recognition. So I do believe that God is wanting you to know how He works and how things present itself. He's going to let you know why these challenges are coming towards you. Believe what is presented to you. Once you go through the cycle of life, this is it. This is it right before your eyes. These are spirits. And this is how God is going to alert you about some things that may not be favorable for you. That's what it lets me know, okay? So now let's go ahead. Let's see what love is like, and like love is about in this reading. How are things in the love department? I'm just going to pull out 2 cards here for love. 1 and 2. How is love and is presenting itself in this reading? For the Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. Well, we have abundance. So I do show that if you keep a positive mindset, you will manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. So you will find that happy, and that happiness will be restored to you. But there are some things that you need to do spiritually in order for that to manifest. Because I do believe what happens with you, like all of us, it goes in cycles. And you're wanting to know, well, how can I maintain stability, in terms of happiness and love. Well, let's try to change some things. And it's going to take changing some things within, introspectively, in order for it to manifest in the physical, or in your environment, if that makes sense. The next card I have here is this one. The Golden Mirror. Self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. So something lets me know that there was a little bit of narcissism. We will all have that Portuguese type of spirit about us and things of that nature. We all will experience that. Learn to get over that, because this right here is what's going to block your blessings. This right here is what's going to bring about a lot of these challenges that you see here. This right here will bring about a lot of those challenges. As I mentioned, you can will yourself into what? You can will yourself into these things manifesting within you. Electronic issues, communication issues, as well as, you know. So this is what I feel source or spirit is wanting to be conveyed. Now, what is your life's purpose? Because I do feel as though we all get to a point where we say, what's the point and what is the use? This is common and normal. We all will feel this way. It's not just you feeling this way, we all will feel this way. So what is the life purpose, and what does the life purpose card mentions? Well, we're going to find out. That's what we're going to do. And things will work out favorably for you. So we have body work. Your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So I honestly feel as though you need to work on the inner healing, but also Source or Spirit is letting me know, and for you and those that are out there, that you need to consume yourself with your body. Learn to heal your energy. You may want to get into a gym. You may want to take some time out and just relax. Go get a massage. Get into Tai Chi, or even acupuncture. Whatever you need to do to get your Zen balanced and your aura intact, your whole spiritual well-being intact. So let's get your healing energy, your healing aura energy. What does it mention about your healing energy? Alrighty. So again, begin to do some research on Reiki healing. Reiki healing. Which you will find that this information been out here for quite some time. It does exist. Am I going to say that Reiki healing will cure cancer? No, I'm not going to say Reiki healing will cure cancer, but I'm going to tell you that once you tap into that higher energy source, you will know spirit. And God will begin to give you a synopsis about false doctrine, false prophets, and spiritual and ulterior motives, and regarding conventional medicines. It's what I feel you would get enlightenment on. Okay? Positive action. So we want to bring in positivity so we can get real revelation from God. It says, I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go of and entrust to God. So trust and believe that. I do believe there is something significant in your angel cards. Let's go ahead and proceed with that. And we're going to bring this to a close. So the Sun card did come up, and before I proceed with the energy angel cards, it mentions I am the sun. I am say this: I am, I am. Ego, vitality, purpose, life force, consciousness, and masculine energy. Linked to the heart, back, spine, left thigh, and blood circulation. It rules the fifth house. So the sun card did come up, and these are the significance with it. So I do believe that you're going to not necessarily ego in terms of yourself, but in others. These are some of the things God is going to illuminate around you: the ego, vitality, purpose, life force. Why are we here, and what is the purpose and point? He's going to increase your consciousness, and you know, we are doing water signs, which I mentioned earlier, has feminine energy. You're going to begin to tap into that. If you have yin, then the yang energy, or yang, then the yin energy. Linked to the heart. So I do believe that God is going to give you some synopsis about how the heart works versus the back and spine and the left eye and blood circulation. You're going to lay in the bed, and He's going to begin to put images in your head, and you'll begin to see how each connect to one, to the other, and how a trickling or domino affects in terms of us and mind, body, and spirit, and you begin to see it externally as well. That's what I feel. All right? So illumination is coming for you. Clarity. So that's the purpose of getting into Reiki healing. Not necessarily that it would cure cancer, but you'll get a synopsis about truth versus not, if that makes any sense. Okay? The next card I have here, it says claircognizance. Archangel Uriel, pay attention to thought. Pay attention to. I'm gonna turn it this way so you're able to see. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that comes to you as they are answered prayers. Believe what is being conveyed to you. Believe that God will enlighten you about spirit. Believe that these spirits are put here to provide critical thinking capabilities. Contrast. Believe that everything is not exactly what it appears to be. And I'll leave it at that. So I am going to conclude this episode of Spiritual Sense, doing the water sign astrology reading. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or a topic for a future show, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful